Hello everyone! I'm so excited for this video because as a connoisseur of gardening, I feel like I have enough knowledge on this subject. Also, as someone who's been gardening legally as a woman, I feel like I have knowledge on the subject and what it is for women specifically. My main reason for making today's video was because I have recently made some friends who are like younger than me who recently just started gardening, and there's a lot of things that I've had to like tell them about it, and I'm like, wait, I just realized like no one like kind of just like tells you this stuff. You kind of have to just like find it out, and unfortunately a lot of people don't find it out and they only garden like with men. So I thought that I would make this video for you to watch if you are a girl who just started gardening, you have like friends who just started gardening, and you want to really understand this space from a female perspective. You don't have to listen to me, you don't have to do exactly what I do, but I think that as someone who has been able to garden and still live a very productive life, I have advice to give and I'm willing to share. So let's get into the sharing. Number one, smell. Please, for the love of all that is good and great and righteous on planet Earth, do not smell like a ganja farm. I'm not trying to get misogynistic or whatever, but you're a girl. You're a girl. And one thing that you should have as a girl, one of these. If you need two, get two. If you need three, get three. You should have perfumes. You should have perfumes galore. As a woman, smelling nice is something that should just make you feel happy about life. Because when you smell good, people tell you smell good. When you smell good, usually you want to look the way you smell. You want the face and the smell to match. So you look good, you smell good, you feel good, life is good, everything is good. Please, please, please do not just garden and then be like, okay, everything is good, I'm good. No. Everything is not good, you're not good. No. Know your flowers and pick the right one. So certain kinds of flowers have a stronger smell than other kinds of flowers. So you can still do whatever flowers you want, but maybe when you know you're going in public, you don't do the flower with the smell that sticks. Because genuinely, there are some kinds of flowers that I only primarily see men gardening with that just have such like a strong like spiritual scent that follows you for 40 days and 40 nights. So if you know that you smoke with men, you like to smoke when men smoke, I would say just check the smell level. You know, you can smell it. There's some things that like you just open it and within like 30 seconds the whole room just feels like a Bob Marley music video. I don't know. Like I said, always have perfume. It doesn't matter if it's cheap. It doesn't matter if it's fucking Vieja Cuchi. It doesn't matter if it is fucking Tom Ford. It doesn't matter if it's a TikTok shop. It doesn't matter. Just have something to use to mask the smell. Sometimes it's okay for a man to go out smelling like whatever, but as a lady, I think that you should want to smell nice. I'm not trying to tell you as a woman what to do, but always wash your hands. Always wash your hands. If you are a woman that gardens, your hands should be cleaner than anybody else's hands, because these once smell stays under there. Okay, whether it's smoke, whether it's food, whether it's whatever, it's gonna stick under there and you're just gonna be carrying around with you. You don't wanna just like try to get something off of your nose and you just get like a whole fucking whiff of, no. So make sure you're washing your hands, make sure you have hand sanitizer, make sure you have hand lotion, preferably scented, but make sure you have things that you can use to mask the scent, especially if you're someone that goes into public places, especially if you're someone that goes into sophisticated public places. You don't want to go in there smelling all kinds of loud. If you absolutely have to carry your flowers with you, girl, do not just put that in like a Ziploc bag and put it in your bag. Okay, you need to get one of those like smell-proof tubes or one of those like smell-proof bags and make sure it works, and you take it in that. Okay, you don't want to, because it's one thing to smell it because you did it, it's another thing to smell it because you're just carrying and it's just like following you wherever you go. Like somebody wants to find you, they're like, let me follow the green lines around this. No. Okay, if you absolutely have to carry it with you, put it in as many containers as possible to make that smell undetectable. Thank you. Know your limit. A lot of people think that just because of like, I guess how chill gardening is or whatever, and how you're just like vibing with your friends and you're having new thoughts and ideas, that like it's not something that you can like overdose on, or like it's not something that you can do too much of that it kills you. there's like different levels to it, but like the first level I would say is what people call grinning out. And grinning out is basically just like when you are so gardened out that you can't move, you feel nauseous, you feel sick, you feel like you're gonna throw up, you can't move, you can't do anything, you're just like, oh. Know your limit. Some people can only take the flower by itself. Some people like to add other things in with the flowers to give it more effect. If you are someone that knows that you can't really handle when things are added in with the flowers, let that person know and maybe have like a smaller flower for yourself, or you just have a little bit. You don't have as much as everybody else is having. The only thing that is worse than grinning out is being the person who has to take care of the bitch that's grinned out, because it's like literally trying to move like a log of wood. Okay, it's really annoying as the person, but it's worse as the friend. So don't do that to your friends and know your limits. Thank you. Gardening with men. Believe it or not, sometimes when men know that you do certain things and those things bring you out of a sober frame of mind, they would love to do those things with you, because when a woman is not in a sober frame of mind, it is a lot easier to proposition her for sexual intercourse and have her agree. So if you don't want to be in a situation where someone's like, oh my god, no, come over, let's just like garden together or whatever, and you're like, okay, cool, we're just gonna garden, and then like, you know, you're gardening and then things are happening, and then he notices that things are happening, and then he starts to touch you, and then there's things that can happen. Okay, there's lots of stories, go look it up. I'm not CNN, but I'm just telling you that it is important to either what I would recommend. Here's what I do. I tell men when we first start dating, I don't drink, I don't garden, I don't vape, I don't do nothing. I'm scared of substances. I'm Christian. I don't do any of those things. No. And then the more I get to know them, I'm like, actually, I'm actually really chill. So yeah, so I do that because I don't want a man thinking that he can easily get a couple drinks in me and then I'm gonna get all loosey-goosey, because men love when you get loosey-goosey, because usually when you get loosey-goosey, you get loose with the pussy, okay? So either say you're not going to, like if a man finds out, because usually what's gonna happen is like men will ask you if you garden, and then when you say yes, they're like, oh my god, come garden with me right now, let's garden together, let's garden right now. So basically what I would recommend is either just don't garden with them, but if you need to, if you're like, I don't know, sometimes girls say that they're like low on funds and they really want to garden, the only way for them to garden is to garden with a man. I get it, but if you must garden with a man, know your limits and only do a little bit. Like I'm talking like 2 hits and be like, okay, we're good, we're done, yay, so much fun. And then like move to other things. He's like, oh, that's enough? Yeah, that's enough, we're good, thank you. Now let's have conversation, let's do something, da da da. You know, they just want to keep going and you keep going. Like, girl, I don't know what you're gonna do. You might not know what you're gonna do. So I would say better safe than sorry. Gardening indoors versus outdoors. So I am personally a big fan of gardening outdoors because I have a cat. Where is he? Oh my god, look at him. Look at the cutie baby. Look at the baby. Look at my baby. Do you see my baby? Hi baby, come here. Okay, he doesn't give a fuck, sorry. But yeah, I'm a mother, and as a mother, it's very important for me to put the safety of my child before anything else. So I do not garden in my room because he's here and he deserves to live a long, happy life and not have that because I just want to like fuck around, you know what I mean? So I'm personally a big fan of doing it outdoors, and I also think that it's so much more fun. You know, like the wind is blowing, you're outside, the trees, everything. It just makes it such a better experience than just like being in your room. But like if you have to garden in your room, like have your air freshener, have your candles, have your incense, you know. Just because you garden doesn't mean your space has to feel that or has to be a thing in your space, you know what I mean? If you have roommates and you have like space under your door, put a towel under there, open a window, you know, whatever you want to do. I would recommend at least doing it out of a window, just because like I feel like there's a lot of like, I'm not sure if it's the same thing with cigarettes, but doesn't it get like shit on the walls like when you like smoke indoors? Like I don't know, that's what I heard, I might be wrong, but yeah. just be conscious, you know, you don't want your space smelling like that. And also if you have like sheets or clothing, like I have clothes literally right there, like maybe don't do it, because like, you know, the smell can get into your stuff and you don't want to just be walking around and like take a whiff of your shirt and you're like, Number 6, finances. Dun dun dun. Yes, unfortunately it costs money to do this, and a lot of people spend money that they don't have doing this, which is bad, and it's a sign of certain things that you don't want to do. I never thought I would have to say this, but if you do not have the money to garden, don't garden. Like, bitch, it's not that big of a fucking deal. It's supposed to be something you do to like chill out, relax, you know, take the edge off, but like it's not something that you like pour hard-earned money into. You do not want to be financially damned off of some flowers. That is low-key embarrassing, and yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. I'm sorry. There's nothing else. Like, don't be spending money you don't have on it. Don't be spending your last dollar on it. Don't do that. Do not spend your last dollar on some fucking flowers, okay? I don't care how stressed you are. No. And I'm not even saying just don't do that if like, because you might be like, oh, well, I'm getting paid tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Doing that creates like a psychological allowance for yourself. Like, it tells your brain like it's okay to spend the last money I have on this, which is wrong. You only want your brain to think it's okay to spend your last on something that is an important necessity, essential, whatever. Number 7, if possible, buy legal. Now, I know that a lot of people say that like legal flowers are a lot more expensive. They may not be as strong, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I would much rather spend more money instead of getting some fucking fentanyl. Because I don't know if you know about the street florists, but they don't really give a fuck if you live or die. And most of them like will just continue doing business even if you die, and no one's gonna know that you bought it from them. So I would say that, first of all, wait until you're legal. It's okay. It's not a monumental feeling. You're not gonna like lose feeling all over your body and like float and like see the 7 suns, okay? You're really not. You're just gonna have a couple fun ideas and you're gonna be like really relaxed. That's it. If I had to sum it up, that's it. Cool ideas, really relaxed, okay? It's not worth dying over. And like, people are really dying over this shit, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize it, but like these days with the way the economy is going, like being a drug dealer is more expensive than ever. Like, you want to talk about the tariffs on like legal goods coming out of Mexico? What the fuck do you think the tariffs are on the drugs coming out of Mexico? Girl, I would assume there's tariffs on those too. I don't know. If I was Mexico, I would do it. So I'm assuming there's tariffs on those too. So it's like, okay, they don't have enough of one thing. They're gonna start putting other things, and you don't want, you know? So either grow it yourself. If you're really about it, you'll grow it yourself. If you're really about it, you'll do it yourself. Or just wait till your 21st birthday. Just wait. It's okay. Just wait. I waited. Just wait. Wait till your 21st birthday. Go to the gardening shop, and the world is yours. You can have whatever you want, okay? You can have the flour, you can have the gummies, you can have the snacks, you could have the cereal. They got cereal. You can have the drinks. They got drink. Like, girl, you can garden in every way possible. Just don't die. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth your life. Genuinely, I do not think it is worth your life. You might think it's worth your life, but I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And I'm telling you that it is not worth your life. Travel. I want you to look at me when I say this. I want you to look me dead in my face. Hi. Under no circumstances. Under no circumstances should you attempt to transport flowers anywhere. Anywhere where there's a border, anywhere where, if you have to go in a plane, oh my God, the amount of people who have tried, who consistently try, who've told me, oh yeah, I do it all the time. Don't go to prison. Don't go to prison over some fucking flowers, okay? This is America. You can find flowers anywhere. There's literally apps, websites, pages on TikTok, Reddit that you can find to tell you where to find flowers fucking everywhere. Don't go to jail over some fucking relaxation, please. And oh Jesus, the people that do it internationally, the people that are like, oh yeah, so I did this, I put it in my carry-on, and then have you forgotten what happened to Brittany Griner, whatever her name is? That she went to like a Russian like slave prison? Do you know that in some countries they will kill you for bringing such substances into their land? Are you aware? Are you aware that some countries just have like a flat out death penalty for certain things, especially that thing? Do not go to prison, or worse, die. Again, see, this is a second way that it can kill you. This is low-key becoming a video on why you shouldn't do it. But please do not, okay? I'm so, like, genuinely, if you can't go a little while, first of all, it's vacation or whatever. You should be excited to go on your vacation. The fact that you can't go without it for a little bit, that you're trying to figure out how to take it with you, kind of shows that you're a little addicted, and maybe you shouldn't have to take it. Maybe you shouldn't get to take it because you have a problem. Please do not exchange your freedom for some, no, please. And make sure that the relationships you build based off of gardening are more than that. I would say that as someone who takes frequent breaks from gardening, because like sometimes I'm like, girl, school, I gotta lock in. Work, I gotta lock in. And sometimes gardening makes it kind of hard to lock in. So sometimes when I take breaks, it's kind of hard for me to like still hang out with my friends that I normally just garden with, because it's like, that's all we kind of do together, and sometimes it makes me kind of sad. So it's like, it's taught me to make sure that we're doing other things. So it's like, let's garden and then go to a museum, let's garden and then like go to a park or whatever. Like, build relationships based off of the fact that you've done other things besides just like hanging out, gardening, eating after, and then that's the end. It also helps you build more full friendships that are, you know, worth more. And also like, it makes it so like, if you ever want to just like stop gardening, period, or if that person ever wants to just stop gardening, period, it doesn't like put a strain on your friendship of like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Because that's kind of weird to not want to be friends with someone anymore because like you don't do the same substances anymore. Like, I don't know, that's a little weird. Have fun. Flowers were a gift placed on earth for us by God to give us creative thoughts, ideas, to bring us closer together, to relax us in times of anxiety. Is a great thing, but it is also something, like most great things, that can be taken for granted and that can be used too much. So like I said, know your limits, make sure that you're living a productive lifestyle. Don't just become like one of those people that like starts gardening and then that's all you fucking do, and then you're just like a potato on the couch who doesn't have any goals or hobbies or ambitions. Like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to be those people. We want to garden, but we also want to make money. We want to be successful. We want to do all those amazing things that life has to offer us. So like I said, enjoy it, you know, let it do what it does, but also it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to put it on pause for a little bit every now and then get back to it. And usually when you get back to it, it's like the first time, because it's like a tolerance thing. Once you do it consistently, your tolerance starts to get higher. It's not as exciting, but when you just turn it off for a little bit and then turn it back on, it's like, oh yes. So yeah, anyways guys, thank you so much for watching my video today. I'm very excited to debut my new look. Please tell me in the comments if you like my look. The only downside to this wig, I would say, is that my mom saw it. My mom like makes wigs for a living and she charges people like hundreds of dollars for it. So when she saw this, she was like, my daughter in a Synthetica? No. And she was like laying Nigerian curses on me. It was a lot of fun. It was a really fun conversation. But she's making me like a human hair version of this wig, so I'm very excited to see what that's gonna turn out to be. But for now, I'm gonna be rocking her. She's good, she's fun. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, so I think it's cute. If you also think it's cute, please feel free to tell me in the comments. I'm always open to more compliments. Yeah, if this video educated you, watch it a couple times. Show it to your friends, show it to your mom, show it to your sister. If you know my mom, probably don't show it to her. Yeah. Okay, bye.